Welcome to Community Conversations. I am Queen Miss Ebony J, and you're listening and watching 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. So glad to be back here on the show, and I'm super excited because we're at the top of the new year, and you still have a lot of goals that you want to achieve. You have New Year's resolutions because these are things that you want to set for the new year. Well, guess what? I'm super excited because Miss Katie Overbey, the president and executive director of One Site, is here with us to talk to us about the great things that One Site is doing. How are you doing, beautiful?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I won't complain at all. It's just been so cold.
It sure is. I'm bundled up in my big sweater.
Me too. I got on layers over here. But I wanted to have you on because it's a new year, and one of my biggest things for the new year is focusing on self-care and making changes that's going to benefit my health. And I realized that some things about our health that we always kind of or sometimes put to the side is our eyesight. You know, you'll see people all the time, they're reading papers close to them or they're pushing the paper far away so they can see, but that's because they just haven't went and got their eyes checked.
You are so right. Most people actually don't even think about their vision until things get, a little blurry. And then it's like, oh, now what do I do?
Yeah.
But it's really something that should get checked absolutely every year, just like, the other health checks that we do, hopefully do.
So what would you say, or before we even dive into that, look, I was about to dive into the advice part. Tell everybody what One Site is and what do you all do? What's your mission?
Sure, absolutely. So One Site is a global nonprofit based right here in Cincinnati, and we're committed to helping the world see clearly by providing access to eye exams and glasses to underserved communities all around the world. We believe strongly that we don't want lack of access to vision care to be a barrier to anybody achieving their full human achievement and potential. So one of the things that we do, and we do a lot of work here in Cincinnati, our hometown, is really making sure that people know how to take care of their eyes, and if there is a way that we can help make that happen, then we're here to do that.
Now, you just said you want people to know that there's a way to take care of their eyes. So you mean there are some things that we can actually do to make our eyes better?
Oh, absolutely. So, first of all, everyone should make sure that and if you've got kids, make sure you get your kids checked every year for a comprehensive eye exam. And I'll just say right up front, if it's a challenge to get to a doctor or if it's hard to afford it, there are a lot of resources that can help with that. In fact, you can find some of them on our website, www.onesite.org/get-help. But in addition to getting a regular eye exam, simple things like knowing your family's eye health history, because there are actually a lot of eye diseases or conditions that are hereditary, or making sure that you wear sunglasses that block out, 99 to 100% of those UVA and UVB rays. And that's even true on, really cold, snowy days like this, not just in the summer. And then lastly, of course, anybody who works in a workplace should have eye safety equipment.
So it's bigger than eating carrots, people. There's more
carrots
work to be done.
Though.
You said the carrots are good, though, but these are the other
they're
things.
Good for just general health, right?
Right. So let me see. What's another question that I have for you? Because I know everyone can't afford glasses. Let's talk about some of the challenges that a person might face that will keep them from getting glasses.
Yeah. So when we talk about people having access to vision care, there can be a variety of reasons. So you just mentioned maybe somebody's having a hard time affording vision care or they don't have vision insurance. I know, for the last 2 years, right? A lot of people are challenged or changing jobs.
Yeah.
But there's also people just don't have physical access to vision care. Even if there's a doctor around, maybe they don't have the transportation available or it's too far away, or maybe it doesn't accept the insurance or the Medicare that they have. And then, honestly, sometimes people don't even know that they have a vision correction need.
Right.
And that glasses could help that, right? Like I said, sometimes people are like, oh, it's a little fuzzy, but, in fact, right here in the U.S., 1 in 4 students has an undiagnosed vision correction need. So that's all the reasons that getting it checked is so important.
You can't wait till the last minute.
That's right. That's right. Well, and it just, it affects so much of what we do for kids. It's such a big part of learning. And, we've got a lot of challenges right now anyway with remote learning and everything else. We don't want vision to be another one of it.
Yeah.
And for those of us who are driving around, Lord knows we want to make sure everybody can see safely, right?
Yeah, most definitely. So what are some things that you all have done in Cincinnati over the past years to help people see better?
Well, like I said, because Cincinnati's our hometown, we've got a pretty long history here. We actually have hosted several clinics in the past year, despite the pandemic. We take all the steps to make sure everybody's safe. But and in those vision clinics, we provide people with full eye exams, screenings. If they need glasses, they can pick them out. We manufacture them for them on site that get them completely free. So, we want to make sure that people, get glasses if they need it. Maybe if that's something they need to find that new job, or like I said, for kids, we want to make sure they stay on track as much as possible. And we've been doing this work here for, over 30 years. In normal times, we screen about 22,000 students in the school systems here every year. Obviously, right now it's a little bit smaller because of all the COVID restrictions, but we really want to make sure that we're getting people screened as they need to be.
Now, what advice do you have to someone who doesn't have vision care?
So, like I said, I think there are a lot of resources available. We have partnerships with a number of optometrists in the area who will donate the exam. Or, like I said, if you go to our website, www.onesight.org, there are a number of resources in terms of either helping you find a doctor who might be willing to see you, or reaching out to us that we can provide some of the care that's needed, even if it's, we'll be doing another clinic at some point in the future. We want to make sure that people who need the care are getting the care.
Bottom line. So help is out here. There's no reason for you to be walking around struggling with your eyesight. If you need help, One Sight is here. If you need assistance because you don't have vision care, One Sight is here to assist you. If you just tuned in, this is Community Conversations on 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3. Here on Community Conversations is where we come to talk about things happening right here in our community and how nonprofits are making a difference. And here with me today, I have KT Overbey, who is the president and executive director of One Sight, which is an organization here to make sure that you have the resources and the access for vision. Did I say that right, Miss KT?
You said it perfectly.
What would you say are some of the best ways to help protect your vision and the vision of your children?
Well, like I said, the biggest thing is getting your eyes checked regularly, every year. Because, even if you've got perfect vision today, it can change. Even if you've been to the eye doctor and you've got glasses, people don't realize that their prescription can change every year.
Hold on,
and then,
what?
like I said,
your prescription for your glass. So if I got glasses in 2019 and it's now 2022, does that mean it's time for me to go and get new glasses? Like, how do you know it's time to check?
That means you're 2 years overdue for a check. No, you might go to the doctor and they say, yep, it's still, you're still got the right prescription. But again, eyes change, and your prescription could have changed, particularly with children. They're growing and developing so much. So that's why it's so important to go every year.
Now, that makes sense for the babies because, like you said, they are growing. But I guess as adults, we're growing too, huh?
We are. And, I got to say, I think for some of us who reach a certain age and you start finding you hold something a little further away and a little further away, and suddenly your arm's not quite long enough,
right.
That changes every year, too.
Yeah. So let's see. I want to make sure I'm answering all the right questions. If you're listening and you have a question, feel free to join us. What does One Sight do to provide vision care to those who need it? So is there any eligibility requirements to get assistance from you all? And if so, what are those requirements?
Sure. So we provide care in two different ways. In one way, we actually set up permanent clinics that can serve the community for people who maybe aren't finding the resources they need at some of the other, doctors or places around. We actually have quite a few of those centers around the Cincinnati area, some of them in Cincinnati Public Schools, like the center at Euler School. We help to set up. We've got some up in Middletown and Fairfield. So we help support those centers. And then, like I said, we also do, the pop-up clinics where we'll work for maybe a week and we bring, hundreds of people through and make sure they get the glasses right there. For someone to qualify, we really want to make sure we're serving people who don't have access to care otherwise. Okay. So typically, that might be people who, it's not just that they don't have vision insurance, but, also based on income level or situation. So we do work with a lot of different groups around Cincinnati region, and we work with, refugees and groups like that. So just really making sure that people who truly don't have, the care in other place, that they're still getting it.
Yeah, because, it's like you said, it can really be hard, especially if you're a kid and, you're learning in class and they're always reading. You can't follow along. Like, that's a real struggle.
No.
And a barrier.
We actually know that kids learn twice as well when they have clear sight than when things are blurry for them. And, think about how much being able to learn to read or being able to learn in the classroom can impact your whole life. We want to make sure that we're setting all those kids up for success.
Correct. I love it. Now, what about the adults? Because we did recognize one thing, and I think that that's the biggest one. When you notice someone who always hold a paper really far away, yeah. Or you spot someone who always maybe even put the paper close. How else are some ways for us to spot someone who may need or have need to go look and get some assistance with their eyes?
So you know what? There's a few things. You might see someone squinting a lot. You might see somebody who says that they constantly have a headache.
Headaches can cause it?
Yeah, obviously there's lots of other reasons for headaches, but that can be a cause of headaches. So if you're trying to rule that out, getting your eyes checked would be a good idea. And I got to tell you, it's, I just told you how children can learn twice as much with clear vision. Mm-hmm. There's huge benefits for adults, too. We know that adults can be 35% more productive and earn 20% more. If they get the glasses they need and get clear sight. And that's always a good thing.
Yes, it definitely is. Well, where can we go? Is there any specific things that you all do all year long to make sure we get this message out? Or is it like, if you want to get some information, come walk in and check us out?
Yeah, so like I said, the best place to go for information is our website, www.onesight.org. In terms of getting the word out, that's why we partner with amazing people like you to help make sure people know about this and know that why it's important and what they can do. We have some fantastic partners I mentioned before at places like Lens Crafters and Target Optical and Pearl Vision who, will sometimes donate their time for us. Now, people need to come to our website and get the right, materials before they walk in, but we're very grateful to them for that support. And like I said, I think, if people are interested in learning more or feel like they have a need, going to our website is the best place.
Everything you need, all the questions that you have, the answers are on the site.
That's right.
And I think you answered this question, but did you say that there was anything that made us eligible to receive help?
So when somebody says, I need help and I don't have resources, we'll just check a couple different questions. It'll be things like income level, how many people in your house, do you have insurance benefits, things like that.
Okay.
Pretty simple. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. So if you're listening and you need assistance, haven't been to the eye doctor in a couple of years, then we are speaking to you. This show this morning is for you. So if you needed a sign about what to do next, this is the sign for being next. Miss KT Overbey is here to make sure that you know that your sight is important and getting it checked often is important. How often should we get our eyes checked?
Every year.
Every year you should see a doctor. And even if you already have been given a prescription, because I already told some people about this show, and they're like, well, I have my glasses, I'm good. Well, guess what she just said? You still need to see a doctor because your prescription may have changed. So every year you should go to the doctor just to follow up and make sure your eyesight is great. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Is there anything else I missed? We have a couple minutes left, about 3 minutes left on the show. Just want to make sure we're not leaving anything out. Is there anything I might have missed or anything you may want the audience to know?
I think you covered all the hot points. I just can't say it enough again. You know, vision is so important to everything we do. It's important to take care of your eyes, and part of doing that is getting them checked regularly. And if you need care or you need glasses, and that's a challenge, please go to www.onesight.org so we can help.
Period. Thank you again. I appreciate you for being on the show. And you know, Miss KT, if you ever need to come back and have something else going on, just let me know.
You know we will. Thanks so much.
Thank you, beautiful.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That's how we do it right here on Community Conversations. I am Queen Miss Ebony J. If you have an event going on in the community, if you have something that you're doing in the community, and you know it's great, you want to get the word out, no one's talking about it, guess what? That's what my show is for. My show is here so that way we can get the word out about your business and about what you're doing for the community, especially free resources. A lot of people are out here struggling. They need help, whether it's food or clothing, whether it's eyesight. You know, maybe they just need to go somewhere and wind down for their mental. We want to make sure that we have a place for them to go, and that's here at Community Conversations. All you have to do is be a nonprofit organization. As long as your business is a nonprofit, guess what? I can have you on my show. That's my only stipulations. That's the only thing my boss care about. You must be a nonprofit organization, and your nonprofit must be doing something that's going to be able to help my listeners. Like I said, they have many problems. They want to figure out how to balance their money. They trying to lose weight this year. They need help with paying their bills. They're struggling with homelessness. They need jobs. All of these things are great reasons to be a guest on my show. So if you're interested, make sure you find me at Miss Ebony J. I'm on Instagram, MSEBONYJ. I'm also on Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok. But a lot of people always slide in my DMs on Facebook. Queen Ebony. I'm on LinkedIn too. And you can always send me an email, MSEBONYJ at radio-1.com. That is my email address. Once again, do not miss the chance to get some assistance. onesight.org. Log on to their site. If you are having trouble with your vision, need assistance, and do not have vision care, it's okay. You don't have to have vision care. They have your back anyway. Isn't God good? That's what we're doing in 2022, making a difference and making sure that everyone has the things that they need. That's what my show is all about. You know, God has been good to me. He's opened up so many doors and put so many great people around me to help me elevate and help me grow. And I want to do the same thing with you, all my listeners, this year. So happy 2022. We're off to a great start. This is the second show of the year, second Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And once again, if you would like to be a guest, please reach out to me. This is Community Conversations. Happy Sunday.